my name is Sara Feldman. I'm the physical therapist at the MDA ALS Center of Hope at Temple University. And today I'm going to talk to you about a few lower extremity exercises that you can do in your own home. I thought this was important because people have been asking me during the telemedicine visits what they can be doing since they can't get out to their physical therapy appointments or they can't get out to their gym. So these are just a few tips and ideas for you. As for any exercise program, please talk to your doctor or your physical therapist before you start one. So today, the three areas I'm going to talk about are stretching, active range of motion, and balance activities. So stretching, of course, is one of my personal favorite things to talk about. And if you've seen me in the clinic, you know that in your after visit summary, you usually have stretching written down. The reason why stretching is so important because even if you are having some weakness, it's important to keep those joints and those and the muscles flexible so that you don't develop contractures and then it becomes difficult for positioning. The first one I'm going to talk about is, I call it a runner style stretch because runners tend to do this one. You want to find a wall or a sink or a desk or something that's not going to move. You want your feet facing towards that item. Put one foot back behind the other, keeping your heel on the ground. You're going to shift your weight forward. This is giving me a great stretch to the back of my leg. I want to hold it for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to switch and do the same with the other leg. I really like this stretch because it gets multiple muscles in your legs. And if you keep your trunk up, it also gets the muscles in the front of your hip. Another way to do this stretch is if you have a set of stairs and you can, with a good banister, you can stand on the bottom one and drop your legs down this way. Now these exercises that I'm talking about, just to be clear, are for people who are still active and walking around. If you are interested in exercises that you would do more sitting or somebody would do for you, please go to the ALS Hope Foundation website for those. Another way, you don't have to, like I said, you can use a wall, but you can use a chair or you can use the stairs. The other stretch that I recommend, so the first one's the runner style. The second one is knee to chest, where you're bringing your knee up to your chest and it's bending your hip and your knee this time. Now you can do it laying down, so if this was my bed, I'm not going to lay on the floor right now, you would bend up this way. But it's also another one that you can do on your steps. So you put one leg up, whatever step is comfortable for you, and stretch that way. So in addition to the stretching exercises, there's also active range of motion exercises. So exercises that you can do to keep your muscles and joints moving. These exercises can be done anywhere in your home. A lot of times I'll talk to people about making a walking area so they can walk around their home and get that exercise. And even if you haven't been going to the gym or to a PT department, here in Philadelphia area, it's starting to get very hot outside, so people might not want to go outside and do their exercises. You can just do them standing. Again, you might want to hold on to something. You can march in place. This is similar to walking around. You get your weight shifting back and forth. It gets all those muscles working. You can do it where you're standing, and there's three exercises I like, where you're lifting out to the side, you're lifting forward, or you're kicking back with your legs. Give yourself enough room when you're kicking back. You're kicking back. Therapists like the number 10, so you would do it 10 times for each one. What you want to watch out for is that when you're doing the exercises, they make you feel good. They get everything, your blood flowing. They make you feeling like you're opening back up again instead of closing down. What you don't want is to overdo it, so I don't want to do so many leg exercises that I can't do my activities of daily living, so then I wouldn't be able to walk up the steps later. So you have to monitor it. You don't want peaks and valleys in how you're feeling. You want it to be more on an even keel. Another good exercise to do using a chair is to simply stand up and down. So when you're standing up and down from a chair, you're working a lot of the muscles in your legs and you're getting that stretching. I need to back up. So that's another good exercise, whether you're using your hands or not. Now I did say that most of these exercises are for standing, but again, if you're really not getting out as much, you're not going to the grocery store, you're not walking around, you might want to just scoot yourself forward in a chair and do some active marching, kicking, ankle pumps, those three, just to keep yourself moving. You could do it while you're watching television, you could do it while you're playing games on your iPad. It doesn't have to be a set time. I know some people like a set time for their exercises, and some people like to sneak it in throughout their day. I don't care, whatever works for you, just get it so you're getting moving. So that was the stretching, the active range of motion. And then another thing you may want to try is balance exercises, because that's the other thing that I see that people tend to start to lose when they're not up and active as much, is your balance reactions start to go. So you could just practice single leg stance, which is a fancy way of saying standing on one leg. Hold on to something if that makes you feel more comfortable. Try and let go to give yourself a little challenge. And of course, we want to try and do it on both sides. If you want to try and make it a little bit more difficult, you could put a piece of foam underneath your foot. You know, make it so it's a little bit uneven, but of course, you want to try it with support first. Now, all these, again, I'm talking to people who are still very active, but you could also do it, a lot of these, if you need somebody to help you, and they could just stand at your side and help you stand up. Standing, just getting up and down from the chair, even if you're just standing in place, is still an excellent exercise. It works a lot of muscles. It's good for your bones. It's good for your circulation. It's good for your bowel and bladder. It gets you up off your seat. So even if you're just standing in one place, that's fine. If you need to use your assistive legs too. You know, if you need a walker and you want to still do these standing things, that's fine. Stand up with your walker and you can still do the marching in place. Sometimes you can still do the kicking out to the side and back with support. So that's really what I wanted to just talk to people about today, because those are all the questions that I'm getting every week when we're doing our telemedicine visit, is what can I still keep doing in my own home when I can't get out to the gym or to physical therapy. So those are some things: stretching, active range of motion, and balance activities. Those are what I recommend. Are there any questions? No questions? I'm going to stop here then. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them into the comments section and I'll get back with you. Thank you.